They say everything happens for a reason, but when life falls apart, it's hard to believe. In a small forest, a young man came to a wise saint, his eyes full of tears. "My life is ruined," he said. "How can this be for good?" The saint smiled gently. "Let me tell you a story. Long ago, a terrible flood hit a peaceful village. The river roared like thunder, swallowing fields, homes, and dreams. Among the survivors was a poor farmer and his small family. Their hut was gone, their grains washed away, their hope fading. The farmer sat in despair. "How can anyone say this happened for good?" he shouted. But his young son, calm and soft-spoken, said, "Father, maybe this too is for the best." The farmer grew angry. "Foolish boy, we've lost everything. What good can come from this?" He turned away in frustration, his heart full of bitterness. The boy quietly left the hut and didn't return by nightfall. Worried and guilty, the farmer searched for him in the darkness. Just then, a rescue boat arrived and saved the family from the rising waters. A villager said, "See, your son was right. You were saved." But the farmer sighed. "We may be alive, but we have nothing left. What good is that?" His wife placed a trembling hand on his shoulder and said, "We may not have wealth, but we still have each other. We still have life. Let's begin again." So the farmer went to the city, seeking work. Day after day, he searched, but no one hired him. He returned home hopeless, staring at his empty hands. "My son is gone. My fields are gone. Even God has turned away," he whispered. One evening, he met a saint walking by the roadside. The saint asked kindly, "What troubles you, my friend?" The farmer told him everything: the flood, the loss, the hunger. The saint listened and said softly, "And yet, I still say, what happened was good." The farmer frowned. "How can you say that? I am suffering. My life is broken." The saint replied, "Not everything good feels good in the beginning. Sometimes, pain is the soil where blessings grow. Give it time. The reason will come." That night, under a quiet sky, the farmer lay awake thinking about those words. Could it be true? Could loss hide something greater? Days passed. Then, one morning, the farmer found work with a kind merchant. The pay was fair, the people kind. The merchant even offered him a small house nearby. For the first time in many months, the farmer felt peace. He thanked the saint in his heart, though he didn't yet understand the full meaning of his words. One night, there was a knock on his door. When he opened it, he froze. His son stood there smiling. "Father," he said, "I looked everywhere for you. After I left the village, I went to the city and worked at a tea stall. Slowly, I saved enough to build a small business. Now I've come back for you." The farmer's eyes filled with tears. He embraced his son, realizing that every painful moment had led to this reunion. If the flood hadn't come, they would still be trapped in their old struggles. If his son hadn't left, he would never have grown strong and independent. And in that instant, the farmer understood the saint had been right all along. Every loss had carried a hidden blessing, waiting to reveal itself in time. Back in the forest, the young man listening to the saint still looked doubtful. "But in my case," he said, "robbers stole everything I owned. What good can there be in that?" The saint smiled and said, "Here, my child, I found this in the forest earlier." He handed the young man a small, glowing stone. It shimmered. In the sunlight it was a philosopher's stone, the rare one that could turn iron into gold. The young man gasped. "If I hadn't been robbed, I wouldn't have come here, and I wouldn't have found you or this stone." The saint nodded, his voice soft like the wind. "See, life takes away to give back differently. But we only understand it when time unfolds its purpose." The young man bowed his head in silence. Tears filled his eyes, but this time they were tears of gratitude. When everything goes wrong, remember the story isn't over yet. The pain you feel today may be the path that leads you toward something far greater. Don't curse the storm while it's still raining. Wait for the Sunday. Wait for the reason. Because one day you'll look back and realize every loss was really a turn toward your destiny. Everything happens for a reason. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who's struggling right now. And don't forget to subscribe to Wordy Tales, where every story reminds you, even in darkness, life is still working for you.